Hello, welcome to a little postnatal core work. We are only going to need a band. We're going to go through 4 different movements, and this is appropriate for early stages postnatal or when you're just starting to figure out where your core is. Quick summary, the core breath is when you are connecting to your deepest core layer, especially through those lower belly muscles, all the way up through exhaling out your mouth. You usually do that when it's the hardest part of the movement. I'll cue you on what we're doing, but what you don't want it to feel like is that you're contracting from above. Our ribs are typically very easy to work while we're pregnant and afterwards. So trying to focus on what can I do to get my low belly to move in towards my spine, hugging my hips together, almost like everything is braiding towards the middle, flattening, not pushing, okay? I'll give you more cues as we go. So let's start on our hands and our knees. Put this aside. We're gonna go through each movement and we're gonna repeat it twice, and that will be you for today, okay? Also just know that the cherry on top is you just get to sit and breathe and be with yourself. All right, let's get to it. So on your hands and your knees, the work here is during the exhale. So when you're here, you're breathing into your back, into the backs of your ribs, relaxing your pelvic floor. And when you breathe out, you're pushing through your hands, trying to draw your belly towards your spine. Not suck it in, but firm it up, okay? Do that with me. We're gonna do it for about 8 reps or 30 seconds. Inhale, let it go. Notice my back does not move. As I exhale, shift your weight into your hands, draw the low belly towards your back, but your back doesn't move. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, do that again. Look at my belly as it relaxes. I breathe in. And as I breathe out, it starts from my leggings and goes up towards my ribs. Keep going, 4 more. Now, if this is too much on your wrists, you can be on your knuckles or elbows up on a couch, and that can be a really good place too. You can probably do it like this too. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Feeling that low belly. Last 2. One more. Now notice I'm doing this slowly, increasing the tension on the exhale until the point where it's appropriate for you. And that's going to be different depending on what stage of healing you're at. The early you are, just exhaling and turning it on is a great place to be. As you start to feel better, turn up the volume more and more, okay? Now, come and sit either cross-legged on a chair or use a band. Actually, that's a lie. I want you up on your knees like this, okay? Now, your band goes around your ribs. This is gonna help with the cue of breathing into the band. And as you breathe out, you are affirming through the low belly up to the ribs, using the feeling of the bands to help draw your ribs towards the midline, okay? Now, let's do that again. 8 times. Breathe into your low back, breathe into the band. As you breathe out, contract through your pelvic floor up into your low belly like you're zipping up a tiny zipper or some tight jeans. All the way to the ribs. Inhale, let it go. Exhale again. So this one's much less, keep going. This one's much less of an action and more of making your body do the work, okay? Exhale. Inhale, let it go. You should feel like your belly is relaxing down to the floor, pelvic floor relaxing. As you breathe out, drawing your low belly up, firming through the hips up to your ribs. Last 3. Last 2. Now doing Kegels upright is freaking hard, so don't clench, just gently contract. Last 1. But getting some awareness of how to talk to those muscles upright can be super helpful because your life is standing. And so we need to be functional about the whole thing. Come lie down onto your back. Now, I want you to keep that whole thing in mind, what we just fired up when we were on our hands and knees and when we were breathing into that band. What you're going to do here is you're going to breathe into your low back, and you're going to be moving your leg away from the middle as you exhale, okay? So as you breathe in, exhale, I want you to connect to your core. Feel that connection as your leg opens and comes back in. And again, other side. Turn the volume on your belly. How much do you need to turn on in order for your leg to go out and in? If you want a different way of breathing, inhale as you lower your leg. Exhale. Use your strength to bring it back in. Okay, whatever one works for you. Just make sure that if you're inhaling as you lengthen, you're breathing into your back rather than letting yourself arch into it. Okay? All right, let's keep going. We've got 4 more on each side. Use your hands to help you understand what's going on. It's not much. It's okay. It should feel like there's 2 parts of your core. As you breathe in and as you exhale, you should feel engagement through that low belly. And then the ribs should want to join. Everything's meeting in the middle. Good. 2 last ones. And again. Good. 1 more on each side. One last one. Okay, and what we're going to finish with, hands on the ground, you're going to be just doing a normal little bridge, lifting your hips up as you breathe out, inhaling to lower yourself back down, okay? Breathe into your low back. Same cues apply. Inhale down. Push through your feet, connect through your glutes. Exhale to lift. And again. Good. 4 more. Nope, 5 more. Now it's important to know that like these things feel light. They're supposed to. You're reconnecting to these muscles that have been offline. If we go too hard, your body's gonna figure out a way to do it, leaving those other muscles behind, right? So when we're rehabbing or thinking about reconnecting, being very mindful of what's engaging and touching it to make sure that your body gets like, I want this to work, right? It's not about your 6-pack right now. It's about getting muscles online. Good. Okay, we're going to come back onto your hands and your knees, and we're gonna go again with your tabletop core breaths. Now, if you wanna tuck in your toes for this round, you absolutely can, but I want you to keep in mind all the cues that we've been working on. So breathing into this mid area. Come join me as you exhale, placing your weight into your hands. Imagining that one day your knees are gonna come off the ground. Not now. 2. I want you to think about an X between your right hip and your left rib, right hip, left hip, and right rib. Everything's coming towards the midline, not crunching, but firming. Keep going. Pushing yourself away from the ground. Last 3. Last 2. One last one. Okay. This breathing's making me a little bit dry. Now, With the breath one, I want to do this one lying down this time. If you loved it, go for it in that kneeling position. Otherwise, come onto your back and we're going to wrap the band in that same way, okay? So I'm breathing into the restriction of the band. And as I exhale, firming all the way through my low belly up to my upper belly. And again. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, can you do that and lift one heel up off the ground? Let it go. Exhale. Starting from the bottom all the way up to the ribs. I care more about what you feel in your stomach or are trying to feel than what you're doing with your legs. Three more. Last two. Last one. Good. My arms are tired. Okay, moving on to our knee fallouts. So if you're someone who's on your knees, come onto your back. And what we're doing here is we're going to breathe in and then out, bring the leg back up, okay? So thinking about, I want your low back to be kind of pressed against the floor and breathe into that mid-low back area. As you inhale, lower one leg out with control. Don't let your hips or ribs move. Exhale, bring it back in. Other side. Keep going. Nice. Is your back still on the floor? Are you still breathing into your back, into your ribs? That's so much harder, hey? Last one on each side. Oh my God, I've been killing these like bugs all day outside, and there's one on the floor. Sorry. Okay, finishing up with your bridges. 3, 2, can you exhale? Gently connect to your core. Keep the ribs and hips stuck together like there's 2 little wires keeping them together as you lift your hips. Inhale, lower down. We're going for 8. 7. 6. Nice work. Oh, he's alive. Oh my God, I'm so sorry I'm doing this live. That's mean. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it right now. 4. Good. 3 more after this. Breathe into your back. Breathe out. Contract. Engage. Good. Last 2. 1 last one. Awesome. Lower it down. I want you to bring your knees towards your chest, either knees together or knees apart, maybe grabbing onto your feet. Take 3 breaths here to just let it go. All that contraction work can really tense up your inner thighs, your pelvic floor. Take a breath in. Nice work. I know that was a lot of breathing. Last one. You will get to a place where your breath does not matter so much, but right now we're just trying to find the coordination between your breath, your engagement, and the hardest part of your movement, okay? Hope that felt good, and I'll see you soon.